Hi guys, my name is Emily D. Simone with the Garden State Film Festival, and here with me today I have Mark Lashinsky. He's the director, writer, filmmaker, producer, editor, million hats. This is his film, Fitting In. Mark, how are you doing today?
I'm very good today. How are you, Emily?
I'm doing well, thank you. Mark, so before I jump in and ask you questions about everything that went on behind the scenes, would you like to give our live viewers a tidbit about Fitting In?
Yes, of course. It was very exciting for me to make this movie. One of my passion projects was to create this film, Fitting In. And it's a really short film. It's just 3.5 minutes, but it's very impactful, I think, because it really gives a strong message about diversity in society and acceptance, and making sure that the viewers who watch it understand that their voice matters, and that they should not be afraid to express themselves and to be creative and to dress the way they want, and to be the way they want, and to really be diverse and to celebrate themselves and their identity in our society. So it's very exciting for me to make this film and to celebrate diversity, and to promote equity within our society.
I love that message, especially with, how far things are coming. So,
Mhm,
for you, I know you're talking about, what this is about.
mhm.
So, what would you say really inspired you to write this film?
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. I was really inspired by recent movements going on, and everything that's within our communities today, especially with many different movements for social justice, and also for freedom of expression, and to really have the freedom to express oneself, and to really shine their identity. And I really wanted to make this film to highlight that, and to encourage especially young people to be proud of themselves, and how they are, especially because nowadays we see among the youth and among students, it is a prevalent issue that people feel that they should fit into society and to be conformed, to look a certain way or to act a certain way. But I wanted to make this film to really encourage everyone to be, embrace their diverse selves, and to be very excited about who they are.
That's lovely, absolutely. And you are in high school, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
you are immersed in, discovering your own identity and,
Mhm.
and everything that comes with it. So
Mhm.
that's absolutely lovely. So
Yeah. Thank
who
you.
would you say you're welcome? So who did you work on? Did you get anyone to help you with this film?
Mhm. Yeah, this was mostly a project I really wanted to work on, independently. I really love working with a team. I worked with a team on previous movies, and I'd love to work with a team on future movies. This film I created just at home with my family over the summer. Is really just something that I wanted to create that was really meaningful and impactful, just at home. And I worked with my family on this. I mainly produced and directed the movie, but I had my family and my siblings, my younger brother and my sister, Gary and Barbara, to act in the movie, as well as myself and a couple other actors. But it was mostly my family, my younger siblings, to act in this, and then I worked on it independently to create the final thing from start to finish.
Was this Is this your first film that you've ever written,
No,
directed?
I've actually really had the amazing privilege to work on films in the past.
Mhm.
I've been making films ever since I can remember, but formally, I started to make movies at about 11 years old, and that's when I was experimenting with the green screens and everything like that. It was really exciting for me to begin that journey, and since then, I've made a few more films up through today through this current film fitting in. I've created 4 movies. Most recently, before this, I created a film during the very beginning of the pandemic in April 2020 about highlighting students' voices and their perspectives during the pandemic. Since I really found at the time that students really were not having their voices heard, and it was really a lot of adults giving their opinion, which is, again, it's very, very wonderful. But I wanted to also have the opportunity for students to give their opinion. And I remember I was thinking about this during like the very beginning of the pandemic in April 2020, and I was thinking like, oh, all this is going to be over soon. I really want to make this movie very quickly.
We all
Um,
did.
yeah, yeah, but unfortunately, it didn't end that quickly. But I was really excited to make that movie and the films before, and all of that has really led up to this film that I've made now, Fitting In. I've learned a lot of different skills all along the way. I've been learning in high school also about video production, I have a video production teacher, Mr. Lang. He inspires me a lot, and he teaches me a lot about creativity and working and editing software and creating video. And yeah, it's been a wonderful journey along the way.
So with this, what would you say was your, just because you are newer to it, being so young and whatnot, and what would you say you are learning or have learned specifically with this film that you maybe found as an obstacle when you ran into it and now you know better for the future?
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. I learned a lot of things making this movie, and that was very exciting for me. One of the things I learned was how to use more advanced equipment.
Mhm.
Previously, I had been using cameras that I was able to buy just as a hobbyist type of cameras, but this time I was very fortunate to be able to temporarily rent a Blackmagic camera, and I was able to use that and to have much higher quality, to like an 8K level. I didn't export it in that high, but it was very exciting to be able to use it and to have hands-on experience with higher end equipment. And it was very fun. I got to also experiment with props and in the movie, there's all different types of shoes. Some of those shoes are ones that we just happen to have at home, very different colorful types of patterns. But others I was able to also just rent temporarily to be able to use in the movie. So I'm really now getting into more of the filmmaking feel where I can actually have proper things to create movies with, which I'm very fortunate to be able to have and to work with now. Because since I started with my first movie, I was really just experimenting with my cell phone, and it's been a huge progression now to what I have to be able to use now, to use different props and to use camera equipment and to be able to rent things, at an affordable price. But it's very exciting for me to use all this equipment and to learn about all the different things that go into making a movie, and using all of these type of things to create films now.
So is there, your favorite piece of equipment that you did get to use?
I really like the Blackmagic camera. Of course, no sponsorships or anything, but I love the cinematography of the camera. I like to just see how great the image was from that camera. Because before I was using the very beginning, I used a cell phone, and then I progressed to a hobbyist type of camera, which I still have. And I still use for taking photos occasionally, which I also like to do. But this high-end cinema cameras are very exciting for me to use. It was wonderful just to be able to have that hands-on experience with that camera and to use all different types of settings. With this camera, I actually shot in a RAW format for video for the first time, which is getting more into the professional type of film. Before I just used the hobbyist camera and just shot directly from that, but now I was able to use the cinema camera and to have a raw video format where I can color grade and edit afterwards. And that gave me a lot of room for creating and experimenting with settings and seeing what looks best. And it's just again very exciting for me to be able to learn all these different settings and these parts of camera equipment, to be able to get now into the real world of filmmaking.
I love listening to you talk in such detail about these things because as someone that I've never really worked with professional camera equipment before, I feel like I am learning so much from you as you talk about it. So with this, what would you say is your next step? You're in high school right now. So are you
Mhm.
looking to pursue filmography moving forward?
Yes, of course. I'm very excited to be able to pursue film in the future. I've decided, I'm navigating the college process now, and as a junior in high school in 11th grade, I'm starting to think about college, and I'm really excited to be able to pursue film and cinema studies in college as a degree in the future. It'd be very exciting for me to continue to work on my craft and to continue to continue to make movies. But yeah, I'm very excited about making more films in the future as well. In the future, I really want to now have experience with actors. So there are platforms where I can source actors. Many of my friends who are now in college have told me that there are platforms where you can source actors and work with them to create movies and to make even more professional films. That's very exciting for me to be able to explore in the future. I really want for my next film to be able to get a crew and to get a larger team and to really make something even better and even more impactful going into college and beyond.
I mean, I absolutely believe that as you're talking about how you were filming during the pandemic about wanting teenagers to, or at least, our youth, if not teenagers and whatnot, to have a voice. And now you're
Mhm,
filming about, identity and being, comfortable and discovering one's identity. I absolutely do believe that you are going to be using these impactful messages moving forward as the inspiration for your works.
mhm.
So
Thank you. Yeah.
I'm sitting here and I can absolutely see it happening for you. So
Mhm.
how did you hear about the Garden State Film Festival?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a resident of New Jersey. I've loved New Jersey all my life. I've been here all my life. Haven't moved from anywhere. I always love the Garden State. And it's very exciting to be able to be here and to be in a community like this. And I found out about this film festival because I was searching for opportunities here in my home state. No better place than home, you know. So very exciting for me to be able to find out about a festival like this, the Garden State Film Festival. And once I saw it, I immediately I knew that I really wanted to submit here because there's a homegrown category for students, and I thought it really resonated with me, and I really wanted to be a part of a festival here in my home state, and to be a part of like the leading festival here in New Jersey. So very exciting for me to be able to be part of this, and I'm very honored to have my film selected here.
Well, we're very excited to have you. So how does it feel being accepted into the film festival?
Yeah, it's incredibly terrific. In all the films that I've made, this is definitely by far the greatest and most exciting opportunity for me to be here at the Garden State Film Festival. Wonderful to be able to be here and to make all these connections and to network and to be a part of this and to be a part of this community, of a film festival here, right here in our home state of the Garden State of New Jersey. But I'm very excited to be able to be at the festival, to be in person, to meet other people, to learn a lot. And yeah, I'm very excited to be a part of this community.
This is an absolutely wonderful networking like field for you. So you
Mm,
are going to meet many filmmakers and other directors and actors and whatnot. So I am really excited for you for
mm.
the future networking that you are going to have access to
Yeah,
now.
thank you.
So with this, what would you say might be an idea for, give us a sneak peek of what you think might be coming next for you
Mm.
in an idea that you want to maybe direct for or write for?
Yeah, definitely. So in all my films that I make, I really strive to have the idea of social impact in mind.
Mhm.
Even with the film from the pandemic, with elevating students' voices during the pandemic, and now with this current film that I have fitting in about encouraging people to embrace their diverse identities and to embrace themselves, and not feel that they need to fit into society and to conform to a mold that's expected of them, but instead to really embrace their unique identities. In all my films, I really like to emphasize social impact, since I really think that one of the best ways to harness the power of film is to do it for social impact. I think there's really a lot of issues in our society today and things that we can address through filmmaking. I mean, filmmaking is just such a powerful medium. You can tell really a story through film, and you can advocate for positive change and for all types of things, racial justice, environmental conservation, and the list goes on and on and on. It's these important issues are really critical to tackle, and I think that through film, it's very exciting to be able to address these issues, to be able to pave the way really for a better society through film, and to do my part in getting us towards a better direction. But I don't have a concrete idea in mind at the moment. I recently just finished fitting in September of 2022, so it's still fairly recent. But I'm very excited in the future to be able to work on more social impact films. Like I said, I'd really like to be able to have cast and crew, and to make a film maybe even before college and or during college. It's very exciting for me to be able to keep learning new skills in filmmaking and to perfect my craft. And again, just I really love to be able to emphasize the idea of social impact through film. So that's definitely something that I'll be pursuing in the future.
I have to say it's such a pleasure like speaking with you because you speak so eloquently and in such detail
Thank
about
you.
these things like that like these answers and everything that's like inspiring you and whatnot. And it's I'm tripping over myself. It is really such a pleasure speaking with you and listening to you speak. You're a very,
Thank
very
you.
good, eloquent speaker, and
Thank you.
it's a pleasure. So
Mhm.
thank you so much for joining with me today, Mark. Guys, you can see Fitting In on Sunday, March 26th at the Kingsley Ballroom from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Mark, I'm excited to see you there, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Emily. I really was very excited to be able to be here today and to be here in this interview. And it was wonderful talking with you.
You as well.